Ladies and gentlemen, friends and colleagues, students and other participants in the conference at George Mason University at the United States of America. My name is Jacob Rumbiak. I am a former political prisoner, academic, politician, and also diplomat. Today, I would like to talk about solving the political impasse between West Papua and Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, since the discharge of President Suharto in 1998, Indonesian governments have tried to assure their international donors of their democratic intention and decentralizing measures. Decentralizing West Papua was special autonomy and the division of our homeland into two provinces. Jakarta claims that unrest in West Papua is driven by social and justice problems, not by political issues, and that special autonomy would satiate the Papuans' demand for independence. A report from the British Council in 2003 articulated the legal, political, and administrative problems of special autonomy package which Jakarta was not addressing. Rod Migbon, writing for the East-West Center in Washington in 2004, reported special autonomy had failed, mostly because of Jakarta's denial of due process. In 2007, the Indonesian Research Institute reported that less than 10% of special autonomy laws had been implemented. 3 months later, the governor of Institute of National Defense of Indonesia admitted that special autonomy had always been just a strategy to retard the Papuans' independent movement. It was only a few privileged Papuans in Jayapura who believed that post-Suharto governments would treat Papuans fairly and democratically. But for good reason, there has never been popular support for any form of Indonesian governance in West Papua. And by August 2005, 20,000 Papuans were marching with a coffin, sending special autonomy back to Jakarta. That was 5 years ago, and since then, we have developed a transitional government to deliver independence through the application of legal and political principles. On 10 of June 2010, the Papuan People Council and 28 Papuan civil organizations concluded a formal evaluation of special autonomy. The MRP Council was erected by Indonesia government in 2005 and is an elected representation of the Papuan tribals, women's organizations, and religions, including the indigenous Papuan Muslim community. After its 2 days meetings, the Council declared special autonomy had failed across all political, social, cultural, and environmental measures. And a week later, on 18 of June, 10,000 West Papuan, led by the West Papua National Authority, West Papua Presidium Council, West Papua National Customary Council, escorted the council to the local government office to return special autonomy to Jakarta and to request the international community to stop supporting it. The comprehensive display of Papuan demonstrators included government bureaucrats, religious leaders, grassroots organizations, and political independence leaders. The Papuans National Authority, which has been acting as a transitional government since 2004, believes that United Nations now has no choice. It must review the New York Agreement 1962 to 1969, and it must reinsert West Papua on the United Nations decolonization list. There can then be a referendum which, if accepted in accordance with international standards, will finally serve West Papuan right to self-determination. The right to self-determination has existed in international law since the beginning of the United Nations. Our case as indigenous people was strengthened in 2007 when the General Assembly adopted the Declaration on the Right of Indigenous Peoples. The West Papua National Authority anticipates that a third National Congress in West Papua early in 2011 will elect a transitional judiciary, executive, and parliament. This will ensure representative leadership for negotiating with Jakarta that are mediated by an impartial third party. The authority believes that a United Nations peacekeeping force will be required to protect Papuans from the Indonesian military as the Republic withdraws its security forces and to provide a safe environment during preparation for the referendum. After the referendum, the authority anticipates working closely with United Nations technical staff for 3 to 5 years, fiber opticking our new nation and establishing our priority sectors of health, law and order, employment, and finance. We anticipate the final job for the United Nations will be supervising the election of the first national parliament of our new nations. Ladies and gentlemen, in terms of policy and infrastructure development, our top priority will be rehabilitating the medical health and psychological welfare of our people. West Papua have been brutalized for almost half a century, and our health indicators are the lowest in the Indonesian Republic. We cannot afford the current rate children mother mortality because indigenous Papuans are already a minority people in our own homeland. Trauma is also a national issue. One recent study calculated 546,000 missing Papuans since the beginning of the Indonesian occupation. The problem is too big for our pastor and priest to deal with, as they have been for the past 50 years, and we need the help of experienced health practitioners to restore the dignity and of a thousand of Papuans individuals. There are many issues that we who have lived in a war zone and who are also facing independence for the first time have to think about. I have therefore included in this DVD package a fairly comprehensive paper which some of you might find useful. The paper has been developed over a number of years during long meetings and expensive telephone calls with freedom fighters, Papuan politicians, and civil servants, tribe leaders, church leaders, women's leaders, and of course the influential students and youth organization. I hope this conference at George Mason University stimulates interest in solving this long-standing impasse between Jakarta and West Papua. I believe it is time for the United States of America to say, yes, we can help the West Papuans, because helping Papuans win their democratic rights will also help Indonesia to understand what democratic is. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you. Terakhir juga masih belum bagus nih.
Belum.
Mungkin
Saya rasa yang pertama itu
coba sambil lihat ya, lihat yang mungkin yang
nanti saya edit.
kata pikir lihat
Iya.
yang itu sudah.
Kalau ini nanti saya tes edit lagi.
Ya.
Oke.
Kata pikir terakhir yang macam kata